Morning everyone, welcome to this week's video. I hope you've all had a great week. This week I decided that I'd do some baking, so I'm going to show you how to make coffee and walnut cake, including a recipe and all the things that you need to do. So first thing you need to do before you start is have a nice clean area to work, and make sure you wash your hands as well before you handle food. And if you handle anything during baking that isn't food, then you need to wash your hands again, like if you play with your phone or anything. We need that. Out of the oven. So general rule of thumb is that you put a knife in the middle, and if the knife comes out clean, it's generally done. But you want to give it a little bit longer because sometimes it can still be a bit doughy inside. Still, also when you stab it, your cake might sink like mine's done, but it's fine because that means you can just fill it with more butter icing and it'll be thicker. It'll be fine. So speaking of icing, we're going to move on to icing. So you need icing sugar, and you want coffee to mix in like we did before. And we do need coffee, yeah. And we just keep it in, funny. And then we will also need some butter. So it'll be 200 grams of icing sugar to 100 grams of butter, and that should be enough to make the buttercream icing thing. And obviously we've got to cream it together. So I'm going to measure out those ingredients and start mixing. Okay, so your icing should look a little bit like that. After you've put your coffee in again, just to obviously give the icing some coffee, it'll turn from a yellowy colour to a nice browny colour. Let's make sure it's all mixed in really well, and then once it is, just then you can start putting on your cake. So there we have it. After you've put on your walnuts, after you've put on your frosting or butter icing, it's finished, and you can then eat it and try it. So hopefully yours will be good as well if you do try this. There are other cake recipes. The recipe I've given you, if you take out the coffee and walnuts, it just makes ordinary sponge, and you can put pink icing and sprinkles on top to remind you of those primary school days too. Thank you for baking with me today, and Amy will be with you next week for next week's video.